Hello everybody and welcome back for some more Redstone fun. Today we'll be looking at what I like to call the TNT rifle, the AWP. Now this gun, once a devout follower in the way of the Deeg, strayed from the path, and it only seemed right to do the Deeg first, and this, the greatest feat, next. Now, this design is based off of my TNT pistol design. I use a bunch of the same features, but a couple new things in this build. Tried to make it look as much like the gun as I could. Now, due to the size restriction with the number of blocks I could use, when the TNT is dispensed, it's dispensed a little bit above the ground, so that the resulting explosion is a little bit limited. Now, this build is complete with scope, ammunition change, bolt action, and barrel. When we take a closer look at the redstone, you'll see the three different functions I use for the ammunition, how I use the bolt action to prevent from using repeated shots as a normal bolt action rifle would be, and a little bit of extra that I put into the scope, using command blocks this time, so it's a little different compared to my TNT pistol design, but it's still pretty good. Alright, so let's take a look at the shot. Now this is going to be single fire rounds for the first time. Now just to make sure, the bolt action is set. And we'll fire this baby off. Alright, so that was the first single shot over there. As you can see, there's the hole. Now, what we're going to take a look at is the inside here for a second. Now, I have 6 dispensers that act as the propulsion for the TNT. Last time I had another 6 below. Now, due to the actual size of the build, even though the scale of that part there is bigger, this part here is still very restricted because it's a single barrel. I was only able to put so many dispensers down. Over here is the ammunition that's actually shot out, and it's held up on this ladder here, and then it gets fired and falls over there and makes the crater there. Now that's the single fire rounds. The distance unfortunately doesn't vary depending on which one we use. The explosive rounds will also land relatively close to that hole, as well as the fire charge, which is actually here. And we'll take a closer look at the actual redstone on the other side that activates it, but to give you an idea of it. So this line here powers these dispensers, and then when this here, there's actually a piston behind it. When the piston is put forward, the block is on top of the redstone, and when the torch burns out, it's sending repeated pulses down this redstone line here, causing multiple TNT to dispense and then be shot out. And then for the single shot and the actual explosive round shot, it's all timed with these repeaters here, using, I believe, 9 repeaters on full ticks of delay. Now, if you want a little bit more of a... It's basically the same kind of design I used in my TNT pistol, which I also went in depth with, so I won't go in too deep with that. I did have different features that I put into the actual main part of the gun that I didn't have in my TNT pistol design. Now that we've fired off a single shot, we can check out the bolt action on the inside. So all we have to do is press this button. As you can see, the piston extends, and the bottom piston, that's the line for the actual shot, is retracted. And now these are 2 monostable circuits. The first one simply pushes it up, and then there's a second very short tick pulse sent to the second piston, which keeps the block extended, which this piston then catches. Alright, so the next thing we're looking at is the explosive rounds. Now to fire that off, we have 2 buttons here. This is actually part of the cartridge here. Now the left one you click to change it to explosive rounds. To change it back to single fire, you have to click the button again, and then the right one here is for fire charges, but we're going to do explosive rounds first. So now it's switched to explosive rounds, and all we have to do is fire it off like this. As you just saw, multiple TNT were dispensed, and it would have all landed in that hole there. Now, as I've mentioned, unfortunately, the TNT, when it's dispensed a little bit above the ground, so the crater is a little bit restricted in size. But it's still, pretty cool. Alright, now for the incendiary ammo. First thing you gotta do is switch it back to a single shot, which I've already done. And you click this button here, so now it's ready to shoot off the fire charge. Make sure the chamber is set, and all you have to do is fire it off. Now hopefully I can do this in one go. It does go pretty fast. Well, as you saw there, it fired off the fire charge, and it does have a chance of actually hitting the inside part here. Now it does seem to light it because I've used coal, unfortunately. I forgot about that. In my other design, I used obsidian for the actual, oh, it's burning it. Oh, oh no. Oh no, uh-oh. Uh-oh, oh shoot. Oh, that's not good. No, that's not good. Stop burning. Stop burning. Okay. So, for the actual middle frame part, you may want to change it to obsidian. Yeah. Let's take a closer look at the redstone. So to start off, just to recap, this is where the signal is sent from the trigger up this tower of torches here, and it goes into this monostable. Now this piston is held up when this is powered, and it sends a quick pulse to this one. Now it's after I fired the fire charge, so it's set so you can't fire it multiple times, which I should show you. So if I fired this off again, as you saw there, the piston extended, but there's nothing to send the signal down into this line. So it's over here now. If we powered this block right here, so this is where the actual the button is on the other side. So power that, that extends, and then this block retracts it. Now when you fire it off, it sends a powered line down here, and it goes to this here, T flip-flop. Now right now it's set to the incendiary ammo, which is sent up by this tower of torches here, and this goes up and around because of how I sent the line there. It goes around and it powers the T flip-flop. Now this can be used to switch it between incendiary and single shot. Right now it's set to incendiary, which is this right one here. So this goes to this tower of torches here and up, and then this just goes down to the dispenser and the redstone torch I showed you before. Now if it's set to the single shot, it goes down this line here. Now there's when this is sent redstone, it goes down here, and it goes all the way down this way. We'll take a look at that over there, and just continues down here, and then it splits off. This left one here, and this line of redstone goes to this actual ammunition. This one over here goes to the propulsion. Now if we want to do explosive rounds, it isn't linked to the T flip-flop. Instead, over here, actually, let's switch this back. Alright, so now it's set to the single fire. Now over here is the explosive rounds. Basically, when a signal is sent up to this tower of torches, it continues down this line of redstone here, and it goes to this monostable. Now this monostable extends the block over here. Let's see if we can get a better look of it. To this side. Now when this is powered, there's a reason I have it like this. So this block is now powered from when we actually pull the trigger. If you want explosive rounds, this redstone gets powered and gets sent through this dispenser, or it's not a dispenser, repeater, and then when this block is extended, it continues the line down here, and then this becomes powered. And when this is powered, and then continues over here through this line of torches to the explosive rounds down that way where I showed you. Now the actual barrel of the gun is just redstone and repeaters, just to continue it down such a long tunnel, basically. That's how I did it here. It's because of how big the build is. There's a lot of room for really no reason, and a lot of torches. And this is where the ammunition is. Normally it'd be filled with mobs. I'm set to peaceful right now. Yeah, that's kind of like the ammunition. There's a reason I didn't light that up. It's just kind of funny to see it full of creepers and say that that's how the gun uses ammo. Anyway, so let's take a little better look at the extra features I've added in. The first thing we got to do is set today. Alright, now I've added 2 extra features to the gun. First thing we're going to do is look at the first one. So this one here to activate the top one. Now this is using command blocks, specifically the ones that are introduced in the new 1.8 snapshots. So you'll have to use the 1.8 snapshot to do this feature here. So this is it. Now this, I'm using the fill command, and it makes the 2 platforms, the bottom obsidian one and then this other 9-block obsidian one in the air. This actually catches the TNT when it's exploded, and the reason we need to catch it is because when we activate the second one down here, now this one it would normally be used to adjust the scope. All I gotta do is activate the second one, and we see a giant zombie, which we will be firing our TNT at in just a second. So I'm gonna fire off our shot like this. Eat TNT, zombie! Unfortunately, it doesn't kill him, but that's okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this bit of Redstone fun. Look forward to more Redstone fun episodes like this one, where I design weapons and use TNT to make them into actual working guns. This gun is very hollow on the inside, and I would love to see what people could do with that. Maybe add some extra additions. With that aside, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. There will be a download link in the description for you to play around with it. And I'll catch you crazy kids next time. Bye! Interested in my TNT pistol? Click the TNT button. Want to see a portal turned off with TNT? Click the portal button. And subscribe.